Of course, with any new bit of Resident Evil news, there always comes a bunch of speculation and really crazy fan theories. It's happened. Or at least, that's what the Resident Evil community wants to believe. A massive rumor coming from a supposed leak on the PlayStation Store has kicked off a ton of speculation. The idea is that Resident Evil 9 Requiem will not only have a new protagonist, but also bring back the one and only Leon S. Kennedy. The story goes that a deluxe edition listing confirmed he's playable, and fans, went into a frenzy. But is it real? Let's start with the bombshell that dropped on October 29th. The rumor mill went nuts with claims that a listing for Resident Evil Requiem's deluxe edition went live early on some PlayStation stores. The explosive detail? This listing supposedly included a special agent costume specifically for Leon Kennedy. Naturally, the community took this as concrete proof. I mean, a costume for a character has to mean that character is playable, right? It's the kind of leak that seems too specific, too perfect to be fake. However, this is where the story starts to get, murky. Despite all the reports, there has been a glaring lack of actual evidence. No official screenshots from Sony's storefront showing this Leon costume have ever been proven to be real. In fact, when pre-orders did go live, the confirmed deluxe edition content only mentioned costumes for the new protagonist, Grace Ashcroft, including a fan service Lady Dimitrescu outfit, plus some weapon skins and other digital stuff. No official mention of Leon Kennedy at all. It's a classic case of a rumor becoming so widely reported that it starts to feel like fact. But as of right now, there is no credible official source from the PlayStation Store that confirms a Leon Kennedy costume is part of any edition of Resident Evil Requiem. The excitement is real, but the evidence, unfortunately, is not. And just when you thought the speculation couldn't get any stranger, we're just diving into crazy town. Backing up the PlayStation Store rumors, a retailer in Peru reportedly listed a pre-order bundle for Requiem that included Leon Kennedy-themed underwear. Yes, you heard that right. On one hand, this seems utterly absurd. On the other, it's just the kind of bizarre niche marketing that sometimes happens in the gaming world, The fact that a retailer would even attach Leon's name to merchandise for a game he isn't officially in is telling. It shows that the expectation for his return is so huge that even third-party sellers are trying to bank on it. This underwear saga, as ridiculous as it sounds, really captures the current state of the fandom. The desire for Leon's return is so strong that any shred of information, no matter how outlandish, is being treated as a clue. It's a community piecing together a puzzle with half the pieces missing. But, maybe don't get your hopes up. Just like the store leak, there's no substantiated report that confirms this merchandise is officially licensed or based on any insider knowledge. So if the leaks are just speculation, what do we actually have? Let's ground ourselves in the facts that Capcom has officially confirmed. First, the game is titled Resident Evil Requiem, and it was unveiled at Summer Game Fest 2025. It's set for a February 27th, 2026 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC. The story takes us back to Raccoon City, but 30 years after the original outbreak, which is a massive deal for longtime fans. We have a brand new protagonist, Grace Ashcroft. She's an FBI technical analyst, and her story is personal. She's the daughter of Alyssa Ashcroft from the classic Resident Evil outbreak. The plot starts when Grace investigates a case at the hotel where her mother was murdered years ago. Capcom has been very clear. Grace is the lead. The game will also let you switch between first-person and third-person perspectives anytime you want, which is a cool blend of the new games and the classics. The game has already won a few awards at Gamescom 2025, including Best Visuals and Best PlayStation Game based on a playable demo. And what has Capcom said about Leon? Nothing. Absolute silence. They haven't confirmed, denied, or even hinted that he's in the game. This official silence is the vacuum that all these wild rumors are filling. Look, with the leaks debunked, why does this idea of Leon's return just not die? It's because from a narrative standpoint, it just makes sense. Raccoon City is Leon's ground zero. It's the event that defined his entire life. A story set in its ruins 30 years later feels kind of incomplete without him. His return wouldn't just be fan service, it would be a poetic end to his arc, bringing him back to where it all started. This has led to the most popular fan theory, a dual protagonist narrative. We could see a split timeline, with Grace in the present day, around 2028, and we play as Leon in flashbacks. This would let Capcom feature their iconic hero while still giving the new protagonist, Grace, her own story to shine. Another possibility is a mentor-mentee relationship. Imagine an older, grizzled Leon, maybe jaded after decades of fighting bioterrorism, reluctantly guiding the rookie agent Grace. He wouldn't be the main hero, which lines up with what Capcom has been saying, but he'd play a critical role. Grace is an analyst, a technical brain, not a soldier. Pairing her with a legendary survivor would create a fascinating dynamic. The desire for Leon's return isn't just nostalgia, it's about the incredible storytelling potential it holds. We'd love to see it. But hey, that's just our breakdown of the situation, separating what we know from what the internet wants to be true. Now we have to turn the question over to you. Do you think these rumors, however shaky, point to a real fire? Or is it all just smoke? What's your craziest theory for his role? Let us know everything you're thinking down in the comments below. And if you like talking games with us, we put out videos every single day. So clicking that like button helps us out. And really, that's all we ask. So where does this leave us? We have a community buzzing with excitement over a PlayStation Store leak that lacks credible evidence, a bizarre pre-order rumor about underwear, and just a mountain of speculation. What we know for sure is that Resident Evil Requiem is coming, with a new hero, Grace Ashcroft, leading us back into the ruins of Raccoon City. All this uncertainty puts a ton of pressure on Capcom's next move. In a Road to Requiem video, Capcom mentioned their next major showcase would be in early 2026, but left the door open for a surprise at a major event. An event like the Game Awards 2025. This is the stage. With the world watching, it is the perfect platform for Capcom to finally pull back the curtain. Will they reveal a new trailer confirming Leon as a secondary protagonist? Or will they double down, proving everyone wrong and cementing Grace Ashcroft as the sole hero? The lack of hard evidence has made the future more unpredictable than ever, and now all eyes are on December to see if the worst-kept secret in gaming is finally confirmed and if Leon Kennedy will at last come home.